Now, the Hague Institute for Innovation and Law has unveiled 2 strategic documents containing guidelines to resolve family and land disputes in Ogun State. The document is a product of 4 years collaborative research between the Institute and the Ogun State government through the Ministry of Justice. Governor Dapo Abiodun performed the official launch of the guidelines in Abeokuta, the state capital. Abiodun, represented by the State Director of Public Prosecution, Adebimpe Obiano, stated that the guidelines will equip practitioners with effective communication techniques and mediation methods. State High Court Judge Justice Olugbuyega Ogunfora applauded the Institute for the project, saying the guidelines would help reduce workload in court.
Children are left on their own, and before you know it, people that ordinarily they shouldn't have access to rape them, assault them, and other kind of crimes. So we should be interested in people-centered justice.
Well, that a use of these guidelines, I pray, would mean that because the formal justice system is already overloaded, so we need others to know that the informal justice sector also works. And these guidelines are a guide. They would help us to show that the informal justice system also works. Because once these guidelines are used, once they are applied, it means that we would see a drop in the cases that come to court. Because, to be honest, like I said, if all of this, if we apply them, then there would be no need to come to court. And then one other thing, and which is more important, is that it would show that people truly have access to justice.
When you want to promote people-centered justice, you have to look at data. And the data shows that most people globally, it's not just Nigeria, turn to informal sector to settle their justice needs. That means they go to friends, they go to traditional rulers, religious organizations, before they even think about a lawyer. So there's a gap between the formal sector, which is the courtroom, and the informal sector. So HiiL tries to bridge that gap by increasing communication and collaboration between the two. So now this guideline cuts across both. It is based on research, it's based on interviews, best practices, best evidence practice, and best practice evidence. So what people are doing and what people say they are doing, we are comparing it with what is actually happening. So this is captured in these documents, one being for family justice and the other being for land justice.
I've heard one judge speaking here. He said the burden is too much on them in the court. So with the guideline, we've trained traditional rulers, religious leaders, and when we equip them with the knowledge. You also had someone saying he saved a marriage due to the knowledge he got from the guidelines. So that is just what we intend to, just to reduce the burden on the courts and to help people resolve their justice problem quickly and easily.